my honorable mentions, a local band called Melt. Put out an album called Repossession Blues.
Right.
That is really good. I don't normally care for shoegazy type shit because it's really just becoming an oversaturated genre, but they make it interesting and give it like a pop sensibility. So it's almost like if the Pixies put out a shoegaze record. It's pretty interesting. I know you're not very familiar with shoegaze.
Not too much.
Densely layered guitars, super like quiet harmonic vocals, and but it's layered, so it's almost like textural guitars with really soft vocals. Also, Funeral Chic, another local group from Charlotte. It's like sort of hardcore, but sort of metal at the same time. As I mentioned, the Descendants album came out. There's a band called Sex Prisoner from Arizona that put out a really aggressive power violence record. Gloss, who broke up this year, put out Trans Day of Revenge, that was really good. Another important hardcore record was Pure Disgust, which is a hardcore band from DC, and their singer is a black gentleman who writes about some very real shit. There's a song called White Silence that is pretty powerful, just about how people stand idly by while police are murdering unarmed black men. Yeah, I can play. You would honestly probably like it because when I say it's hardcore, it's like it's not like super duper fast. Like it's more along the lines of what you like. Like it sounds like it would have came out like 1982.
Okay.
Also, another few more honorable mentions. The Dutch death doom metal band Asphyx put out a record this year that is really fucking good, and for those dudes to be like in their 50s, they're still playing that style better than anyone else. And a Norwegian black metal band that I'm a huge fan of, Jörg put out an album that was interesting because their main songwriter slash guitarist slash vocalist, Trander Nefas, died. Just weirdly died in his sleep. There's like really don't know a cause of death. He died, and so they like finished the album that they had already started to write with him, but they never recorded the vocals. So on each song is a vocalist from a different prominent black metal band.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it's like, if you're a Dark Throne fan, there's a singer from Dark Throne on a song. If you like Take, host from Take is on a song. And so it's all over the board. They got like dudes from different walks of black metal. It's pretty good. They do a couple of covers too that I'm sure you're very familiar with. They cover an Autopsy song, Burned to Death, and they cover I forgot it. I can't remember the other song that they covered. But, yeah. Sepultura.
Oh, my favorites.
Yeah, you're very big into the British or the Brazilian thrash metal.
Oh, absolutely.
Of the 80s. You're more of a Sarcophago fan, though, yourself.
Yeah.
You're on the Sarcophago. It's like Sarcophago and Sepultura, people are...
I'm a bit more of a purist when it comes to that. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly.
What's your favorite song from INRI?
Oh, jeez, please. It's like choosing one of my favorite children.
I know, right?
How can I even begin?
Demon Lust? Okay.
It's up there.
A lot of good stuff from like bands I'm friends with. There's a band from Philadelphia called Surgeon. They're very nice people that play very good progressive black metal. A band called Moynock, which is spelled MO'Ynoq, are from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and are just like really pummeling, thrashy black metal. Super nice guys. Their bass player, singer, Devin, posts some of the most ridiculous memes I've ever seen on Facebook, which is a good reason to check out their band. Other band from the Greensboro, Chapel Hill area called Dreaded. No, they are not a white boy Rasta band. They're a really amazing black metal band. They put out an album called Nexus Animus this year that was really good. What else we got here? Fluff, the Scottish atmospheric black metal album. One, not sure what it's called, but it's really good. Also, Your Faust put out a really good album called Empty Space Meditation, which is like, that's like a black metal album you could fall asleep to. So is this album. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You could try to put it in the lower thirds, but...
You'll have to send me that.
Yeah, you're just going to have to copy and paste that shit. I can't even pronounce it. It means wandering wind in Polish, and if you know anything about Polish, you will know that language is insane. Sorry to any potential Polish people who might be watching, but you have like 80 consonants in a row, and that's like a word.
So some of my honorable mentions. The only one I don't have a physical copy, because again, I wasn't aware there was a physical copy until recently, Matt Mania by Mega Ran. It is an album of rap songs about different wrestlers, which is really cool. So there's like a song about Brock, and there's a song about the New Day, who he's close personal friends with.
During the Brock Lesnar song, does he just say the same rhyme over and over? Since that's all Brock Lesnar has become, is just a German suplex GIF machine.
It's a perfect loop. A perfect loop of suplexes. You can't tell if it's the same one or if it's just happening over and over and over again.
When I was rewatching the Cruiserweight Classic, they were talking about Akira Tozawa, and Dragon said that he has like the best German suplex in professional wrestling. And Mauro Ranallo was like, I think the mayor of Suplex City, Brock Lesnar, might have something to say about that. And then later during like one of the replays, he's like, I don't care what you say about Brock Lesnar. Akira Tozawa has one of the best German suplexes in professional wrestling.
Should have been great if he was like, shut up, Ranallo. Shut your face.
Shut up, hoser. You're a lot more enjoyable when Boss Rutan's talking with you. That's a pride fighting reference.
So the ones I do have physical copies of, Under the Covers by Ninja Sex Party.
That's signed?
It is. Yeah. It was a pre-sale thing. You get it signed.
Oh wait, those are like the dudes from like Game Grumps and shit?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's Danny of Game Grumps and Ninja Brian, who make up Ninja Sex Party. Normally it's a parody band about dicks and fucking and stuff like that. You're normally funny songs.
Not to be confused with Ninja Bachelor Party, the no-budget home video movie that Kevin Booth and Bill Hicks made about a martial arts master who is addicted to cough syrup. Bill Hicks does everyone's voice, and it's...
Oh, Jesus!
It's on YouTube. Please watch it.
Wow, yeah, annotation down here somewhere. So this is a collaboration between Ninja Sex Party and Tupperware Remix Party, who are a synth pop, synth funk type group from Canada that all dress up in costumes. I don't know if there's a picture of them here. There is.
Oh god, I just like black metal.
You could have, look at them all.
This is too much.
In fun costumes. So this CD here is covers of songs that meant a lot to the members of the bands growing up. So you got Aha's Take On Me, Everyone Wants to Rule the World, Subdivisions, a Rush cover, Your Love by Outfield, Misunderstanding with Phil Collins, Rock With You, Madrigal, another Rush cover, Jump, your favorite song ever.
Well, I guess it makes sense since there's like sick.
Yeah. I think they do great jobs. For a guy who, does Let's Plays or whatever, I think Dan Avidan is an extremely underrated vocalist because he's actually really impressive, especially, on something like this. But even when he is singing about dicks and just being a goof, he comes off really well. What else do I got here? I've got Samus, Pieces in Space.
I heard a lot of people talking about that one.
Yeah, she's actually getting a lot of love in some publications recently. Old Samus, who we checked out first time at MagFest 2016. We were able to talk to her on the Going Off podcast.
Yeah, we're on the podcast, yeah.
Usually dabbled in kind of like nerdcore and stuff like that, but on this album it gets a lot more personal. Deals with themes about, seeking professional help, sexual abuse. There's a few special features. The last track, Qualified, which is a beautiful song, features Open Mike Eagle. It's a song how, like all these songs are like being worth a guy's time or whatever, and it's usually just kind of like, am I worth it, shit like that. But this song is like meek and timid and being like, am I qualified to be with you? And it's like a beautiful but like really sad because like someone who like doesn't have that much like self-worth, it's like, ugh. There's a song on here called Headliner. It's great and it's fun until the chorus. It's really sad. It's talking about how you've worked your whole life to be the headliner of a show. You're the opener and all of that. You really want that you want the headliner credit. And she finally does, and nobody shows up. And she's just like, I'm sorry, I'll leave. And it's like, oh, God.
Yeah, it's weird hearing...
That's so sad.
It's weird hearing hip-hop get emotional.
Right? Childhood, which has an interpolation of Holiday by Weezer on it.
Good song.
And Weirdo features Homeboy Sandman, who has done a series of EPs with Aesop Rock.
Oh, that's the rapper that he comes out of Metallica and kind of stick.
And then he forgets the address to NoDQ.com. Remember that video? XPVD! And he's all drunk and they're like, no DQ, and he's like, don't fuck it!
God, have you ever... Dude, there's a match that we could call for Rope Break that is, like, heinous. It's the Texas Death Match with Sandman and Cactus Jack. Sandman is, like, hungover or drunk and, like, selling.
That's right. I remember you telling me about that. 1080p, the song about seeking professional help, was released on her EP, which was released earlier this year. It's amazing, 2 fucking releases in 1 year's time. I would also include that, but for the sake of redundancy, I left it out. The re-recorded version on this full length features Jean Grey.
Wow.
Moving on up. The other 2 I have here are Malibu by Anderson .Paak. It's kind of like a R&B, funk, hip-hop hybrid. I don't even know really what else to say about it. The songs was really cool, and they kind of vary from like, you know, like sexy tunes to like just kind of being goofy and funny. There's a song on here called Silicon Valley, which is it's a song about like wanting to know what's behind a beautiful woman's fake tits, meaning the heart. But it's presented in a really goofy, kind of silly way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they also don't use silicone anymore.
Well,
they use saline water because it's safer.
Puns.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. And Danny Brown, Atrocity Exposition, because holy fuck, this album's crazy. Another song kind of like the,
Well, no, this is crazy because Atrocity Exhibition is also a Joy Division song title, which is taken from the Mexican artist whose name I forget right now, who had a book called Atrocity Exhibition, in which he, like, used corpses in his art. He had to go to Mexico to do it because they, like, don't have all that legal interference with using human cadavers as art pieces.
So, again, really weird for a hip-hop release. Just the fucking pictures in here. Just
this looks like a Nine Inch Nails record.
Yeah, it's fucking... This is his face in Static.
Mm-hmm. And it looks more like a fucking Aphex Twin album.
Yeah.
Like
shit's bizarre on here, but...
I really like that. That one right there.
Yeah.
It's fucking gnarly.
Yeah, shit gets really real on this album, because it's a lot like the Schoolboy Q album in that it's a lot of songs about doing coke, but then it's like, this shit's gonna kill me. And it's like, I gotta acknowledge that this is not the way to go, but it's working for me right now.
I notice a lot of your picks are more like social and cultural empowerment.
Yeah.
Whereas the stuff I have is more like individual, spiritual, for lack of a better word, empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it seems like beating a dead horse, black metal, talking about Satan and hating religion, but there's a lot of liberation that comes from it. So.
And there's also a track on here that a lot of people are talking about, Really Doe, featuring Kendrick Lamar, Aesop, Ab-Soul, and Earl Sweatshirt.
And Ice Cube. As Ice Cube had a song called Really Doe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yes, Really Doe, he did.
Oh!
Is it spelled D-O-E?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure is. They're gonna have to fight over that. Legal, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can do that.
I think even we have more street cred than Ice Cube at this point.
Really? Even with fucking body count?
Ice Cube.
Oh, Cube.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, Ice-T, Ice-T is always gonna have, like, respect, because he's fucking Ice-T.
Yeah.
He's literally the original gangster rapper, like, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Because 6 in the Morning came out in, like, what, 84?
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. When Daryl Gates was the chief of police in LA. How do I know all this? I didn't live in LA. I'm not a black man, obviously. And I wasn't even alive at the time.
So something that's really cool, and you'll notice about this album, aside from the voice, which might take a couple tracks to get used to.
Oh yeah, this is the guy that you let me hear who's like a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
Sounds like a harpy on the mic.
Yeah, it really does.
He's good though. I just don't care.
Oh yeah. There's a song on here called Gold Dust, and later he's talking about like bring it right back, body slam you like Ryback. It's fucking like referencing Ryback.
Gross.
That song is a bit goofier. It's like the dance hit, but I like it. It's catchy. The samples on here are fucking weird. There's a song on here that samples a loop from a solo song from the drummer of Pink Floyd. And it's examples of who the fuck knew what this was and thought it, should be on a hip hop album.
Producers, man, they listen to all kinds of shit.
In my opinion, it works.
Crate diggers.
Yeah.
Digging through the DITC.
This would probably make it as like my number 6/7 if I'm including Run the Jewels 3. Mm-hmm. So yeah, mostly hip hop, with some lighthearted shit worked in.
Mine was like mostly black metal with blackened death metal thrown in
for spice.
Yeah.
Bold and bold darkened.
Little allspice.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I just want to add something. I just want to add something to support record labels.
Yeah.
Season of Mist did this. They'll be okay. But Hell's Headbangers, Devin Morte, Profound Lore, and Osmos Productions, all the people that put these out. Of course, download it to see if you like it. But if you like it, fucking buy the thing, man, because then they can afford to put out more shit that you'll like.
Yeah, absolutely. There's only a few on here that would apply, like Samus, Open Mike Eagle, and Matt Mania.
Honestly,
by,
pretty much
Microman.
everyone except Beyonce on yours.
Oh yeah.
If no one bought Lemonade, like physical copies, yeah, she's not gonna lose any sleep over that.
No, but especially the 3 I had mentioned, those are all Bandcamp releases. I think, actually, I don't know 100% sure if Danny Brown's is, but either way, if you can, I'm not saying you have to, but if it's on Bandcamp and there's a name your price, give something. Come on.
Yeah, try to give it at least like $1.
Yeah, at the very least. Maybe gauge it on how many tracks there are. If there's like more, you maybe give like 2 or 3. But if it's like an EP or whatever, give what you can. But a lot of these people really, really do need the support, and a lot of these are very small releases. Like even the Ninja Sex Party one is a pretty small label.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
one, she just signed to a label.
Yeah, yours are definitely more independent than mine because it is a lot of money to release records. You almost always in an assload of funding or a label to back it.
Yeah, I know the Jeff Rosenstock one was on vinyl. I'm pretty sure the Lemonade was.
Aesop Rock is, because I remember they had that at Lunchbox, and it's fucking insane. It's only like $20, dude.
That is one because it's so beautiful. I wouldn't mind having that just as like an art piece.
And it has like, I think the first version that Scott had there, because I remember he posted a picture of it, it was like neon purple and green swirl color vinyl.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
It's fucking cool.
Because I remember I saw it and I was like, shit, I almost just want to buy that on the artwork alone.
Yeah.
Because it would just be something to display.
Well, that's 2016. A lot of shit went down, but a lot of really good entertaining music came out of it. Yeah, that's I guess that about wraps it up.
I wonder if people are gonna give a shit for not talking enough about David Bowie's album. But
I liked it. I don't own it yet, only because I heard that they were going to possibly release a deluxe edition with more songs on it, and they never did.
I wanted to get Black Star on vinyl, but it's $45.
Oh!
So, no thanks. No. You have enough money, David
Bowie estate.
Yeah, like, come on. I know it's like a really cool layout and there's like bonus tracks on the vinyl version, but...
Oh, are there?
Yeah.
Damn.
But, come on, man.
Yeah, it's, I probably wouldn't even put it in my top 5 favorite Bowie albums, unfortunately, which is why I wouldn't even put it in my list or whatever. But it was still a really good release.
Yeah, it was a good way to go out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was definitely the best one he had done since, like, Heathen, which came out in, like, 2002.
Yeah.
Like, I'd put it up there. Heathen was probably his last, like, great album, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd give it an honorable mention, but, yeah, probably not in my top 10 favorite of the year, because there were other ones that just kind of, like, came in and, even, like, De La Soul's new release, I didn't include it in my list, but it was pretty good. It was released independently.
I think I saw a video. I think you showed me a video.
Yeah, and you were shitting on it. You didn't care for it.
Oh yeah, it wasn't that good.
It wasn't a good video.
And I like De La Soul.
Yeah.
De La Soul is Dead is like a fucking brilliant album.
Yeah. De La Soul is Dead and Stakes is High. I think they're both really fucking good.
And the 3 feet.
3 feet high and rising.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
It has more fluff on that one, but it's still a good album.
Oh god, skits.
The fucking skits.
There's a line in Atlanta where Ern is talking to Paperboy about like he's like looking at his mixtape. He's like, you got a lot of skits on here, man. You could stand to cut like all of them. He's like, aren't skits getting played out now anyway? He's like, nah, man, but mine are good. He's like, no, they're not.
My skits.
Yeah.
They're different.
Did you ever listen to the Cal 2000 album by Method Man?
Mm-mm.
There's 24 tracks on that album. Only 14 of them are actual songs. The rest of it is fucking skits.
I think I can do you one better. Oh man, they're not numbered. Fucking Stankonia.
Oh, really?
Holy fuck, Stankonia. Just look at this shit. All the way. It's the entire fucking back. And I think there's skits every other track.
You know what's ridiculous?
It's like a 70-minute CD. It's too long. It's good. The songs are great, but it's too fucking long.
It's funny, then you compare that to a band like Nazem, the Swedish grindcore band. They have 25 songs on their first record, Inhale Exhale. The album is under 30 minutes. Because they just get that shit out of the way.
How many tracks are on that Insect Warfare?
Oh, that one, the Noise Warfare one? Dude, that's like Noise Grind Warfare. That was just a one-off. Dude, you know they were improvising that shit, right? Like,
Really?
That was just them, like, making shit up on the spot.
Oh, okay.
That's why and that was like one of those, they broke up, and that was just something that had been laying around, the label just put out as a cash grab because Insect Warfare just broke it up. Yeah, that album sucks. That is not a good representation of the grindcore genre.
Okay.
I would highly recommend Nazem. I don't think you'll like them, but it's definitely more coherent than that. But there are 10 tracks in 12 minutes.
I feel cheated.
I still think my favorite... Oh yeah, I paid $17 for that on vinyl. Only to find out it was a single-sided record. Scott didn't even know that. That's why whenever I took it back, he actually gave me a good price for it. I sold it back to him. He's like, shit, I didn't even know that, man. I would have charged you $16 for it.
Oh, that sucks.
And then he played it, and he was just like, this is fucking terrible. He's like, no wonder you're bringing this back. I feel like an idiot for buying this.
Aww.
Still think the best, though, is Agoraphobic Nosebleeds, Altered States of America. 99 tracks in 21 minutes. Fits on a mini disc.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. So if anything, we're not trying to seem like snobs with our physical copies or whatever, but seriously, if you care enough about to take pride in the ownership,
and you can afford it,
and if you can still afford it,
because I know what it's like to be broke.
Oh yeah.
But I also really love music.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, if these people have like independent sites or whatever, that shit goes on sale so often. MC Chris is Dreaming. That's the one I forgot.
Oh.
MC Chris had an album come out this year, and it was like his most personal release to date. It's got songs in there that are about, like Freddy Krueger and like shit like that, but then there's also songs about how he grew up fat and how that like really hurt his self-esteem. A song about his father being an alcoholic and having to deal with that. Then there was a song about him being like trying to score drugs and being held up at like knife point, and it was like a night he would never forget. Like all the albums up until this point are like all about like goofy shit, and then all of a sudden this one hits you with like half the songs are like really fucking sad.
Yeah, it's sort of like on that new Descendants album, how there's like songs about being old and like being out of touch and a loser, but then there's also songs about like, oh, Bill Stevenson had a 3-foot-long pulmonary embolism removed from his lung. There's a song about that. There's a song about overcoming the surgery from having a tennis ball-sized tumor removed from your brain, like Bill Stevenson also had last year.
Wow.
Yeah, the Descendants documentary is really worth checking out. I have it on my hard drive if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Filmage. It's really good.
Oh yeah, that's right. I get it. Inch.
Yeah. They have an album, or they have a song on Cool to Be You called Coolidge, but it smelled like Calvin Coolidge. And it's just about how like they're nerds and they're old and aren't cool anymore. I fucking love the Descendants because they never like written a song that's like fuck you Reagan like every other punk band was in the 80s. Yeah, it makes their music timeless.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm serious. You can still relate to I'm Not a Loser. 35 years after that album came out. Holy shit, that album's 35 years old next year. Still stands up. That's probably one of my all-time favorites.